Welcome to A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, Lesson 351. Before Lesson 351, there's a short section called What Am I? So we'll read that together and then we'll dive into the lesson. I am God's Son, complete and healed and whole, shining in the reflection of His love. In me is His creation sanctified and guaranteed eternal life. In me is love perfected, fear impossible, and joy established, without opposite. I am the holy home of God Himself. I am the heaven where His love resides. I am His holy sinlessness itself, for in my purity abides His own. Our use for words is almost over now, yet in the final days of this 1 year we gave to God together, you and I, we found a single purpose that we shared, and thus you joined with me. So what I am, are you as well. The truth of what we are is not for words to speak of or nor describe. Yet we can realize our function here, and words can speak of this and teach it too if we exemplify the words in us. We are the bringers of salvation. We accept our part as saviors of the world, which through our joint forgiveness is redeemed. And this, our gift, is therefore given us. We look on everyone as brother and perceive all things as kindly and as good. We do not seek a function that is past the gate of heaven. Knowledge will return when we have done our part. We are concerned only with giving welcome to the truth. Ours are the eyes through which Christ's vision sees a world redeemed from every thought of sin. Ours are the ears that hear the voice for God proclaim the world as sinless. Ours the minds that join together as we bless the world. And from the oneness that we have attained, we call to all our brothers, asking them to share our peace and consummate our joy. We are the holy messengers of God who speak for Him and carrying His word to everyone whom He has sent to us. We learn that it is written on our hearts, and thus our minds are changed about the aim for which we came and which we seek to serve. We bring glad tidings to the Son of God who thought He suffered. Now He is redeemed. And as He sees the gate of heaven stand open before Him, He will enter in and disappear into the heart of God. Lesson 351. My sinless brother is my guide to peace. My sinful brother is my guide to pain. And which I choose to see, I will behold. Who is my brother but your holy Son? And if I see him sinful, I proclaim myself a sinner, not a son of God, alone and friendless in a fearful world. Yet this perception is a choice I make and can relinquish. I can also see my brother sinless as your holy Son. And with this choice, I see my sinlessness, my everlasting comforter and friend beside me, and my way secure and clear. Choose then for me, my Father, through your voice, for He alone gives judgment in your name. This is such a powerful lesson, and if we apply this in our lives, the magnificence and the beauty that would unfold for most of us would just be inconceivable based on where we're standing now. The difference between standing at the base of the mountain and looking up and looking down from the top. Perceptually, what we see would be very different. It's pretty clear here. My sinless brother is my guide to peace, and my sinful brother is my guide to pain. So we get to choose how much pain do we want to have is a direct correlation to how much judgment we're willing to have, and how much peace we would like to have is in direct correlation to how much we are willing to see the sinlessness in our brothers. If I see him sinful, I proclaim myself a sinner. Choose then for me, my Father, through your voice. There is deep humility and surrender in this lesson. We've been told before that seek and you shall find applies to the good or the bad. So if you see only condemnation and judgment and reasons to critique and condemn, some part of you is looking for that. And if we see innocence, perhaps someone is confused or mistaken, but if we look past the condemnation to compassion, that we ourselves have at times been confused and mistaken, and we ourselves are the human character is created through nature and nurture, our DNA and our life experiences. So even from a very logical, practical standpoint, there's just really not a great rational or spiritual reason to condemn someone for having their DNA. That's silly. I condemn you for having that DNA, and I condemn you for having that life experience. How dare you be different than I? There's such humility in the saying of, there but for the grace of God go I. Because if I had that person's DNA and I had that person's life experience, obviously I would do exactly what that person does. What is there to condemn? My sinless brother is my guide to peace. Let us experiment with that today and see the sinlessness in others. To look past appearances. Because we have relinquished the perception that they are sinful. That everyone out there is wrong and bad. And with this choice, I see my sinlessness, my everlasting comforter and friend beside me, and my way secure and clear. Thank goodness we do not have to be the jailer or the judge. Thank goodness it is not our job to condemn others. And even if you are a literal judge, and it is your literal job to judge and condemn, let there be compassion in your heart, that there but for the grace of God go I. Thank you for being here with me today, and I will see you tomorrow for lesson 352.